Greetings, family. We're live on Revolutionary Cam. This is Bomani Tamba, and I'm here with my good brother, Kala Genesis. And we're here to do the itinerary overview of Liberia Reconnection and Investment Tour, July 20th to the 30th, 2023. Yes, family, that is next year, and we are putting all the elements of things in place. And one of the main things that we want you to understand is that we have all of the details on our website, Africa for the Africans.org. And once you're on that website, you literally go to the main menu and click on Liberia July 2023. And family, once you click on those details, you're going to see all of the information from itinerary, overview, general terms, preparation information, and so on. And those are the details that you have to read through, and those are the details that we're going to go through over a period of time on live calls, conference calls. That way you can be clear about everything that we have laid out, and everything is professionally set up. And the latest thing that I have organized is the newsletter. So I'm going to click over on the newsletter, and then we're going to go through it. But before I do that, I want to get a nice introduction from our good brother, Kala Genesis. And let me close out on this right here. You can see us side by side here. Greetings, brother Kala. How you feeling?
How you doing? Hey, I'm the College Genesis, chief host of the Voice of the College Nation radio show. You can catch me on DeVille Radio every Wednesday night, man. We're broadcasting or streaming on multiple platforms throughout the world, 130 countries. You can catch my rebroadcast. I'm starting to record my shows and put them on Spotify. So you can catch me on Spotify, College Nation. Just put on College Nation Radio on Spotify. Look me up on Spotify, and then look at my archives and look at my stuff or what I say. I don't do YouTube and everything because YouTube is just too much. Too much. I like radio and I like just talking. I don't like doing panels and stuff like that. When I speak for 2 hours, I like to be clear. I play music, I play sound effects, everything. I do a really good show. I talk about different issues, history and stuff like that. Only the College Genesis is going to. When you hear stuff from me, it's stuff that you're not going to hear. And another thing, I'm like Kevin Samuel. I call Kevin Samuels the Godfather. We're gonna miss that brother. I like to pay tribute to Kevin Samuels tonight because we lost a good brother, a leader.
Rest in
And
power, brother. Rest in
the
peace and
movement.
power.
Yeah, rest in power, brother. Man, we're gonna miss you. You and all you people that's celebrating right now, you wicked, evil black devils that's celebrating right now. You think his message is going away? No. The black man, something woken in the black man, right? We're taking what's ours, right? We're going to different countries. We're doing things like this and everything. It's a new black man. The black trade ass black females and some of these niggas thought they were going to have us cornered. They thought they had that foot on our neck, that we were going to comply with their nonsense with the LGBTQ and all the stuff like that, calling us toxically masculine and all that. No, we're taking back control of black America, And one of the things we're doing is we're basically not putting all our eggs in one basket. We're looking at other countries, other opportunities. Hell, I can't wait till the day I meet Vladimir Putin and shake his hand, and say, yo, you know something? Motherfuck the British, French, and all these other people there. Russia never brought slaves. Russia never enslaved us. So what the hell are we against Russia for? Putin, you want to talk to us as black men? Hey, you want to be that? We're not. Hey, yeah, alliances are going to switch across the world. We're going to talk to Xi Jinping of China. We're going to talk to Iran. We're going to talk to everybody. And we ain't going to let what happened to Gaddafi happen again. And so the bottom line is this is a new black man in the world. And we see now that we have no real allegiance. The black community, black caucus sold us out. The Democrats sold us out. Everybody's against us and everything. So the bottom line is this. If you think you're going to win against us, you were sadly mistaken. You underestimated us. So this is one of the things that we're doing right now. Right now is building tours and investments in Africa. Why? Because in the future young black men are going to have options. Hold up, brother.
All right, family. Our brothers got to handle something real quick. But what I want everyone to understand is the details that I just mentioned as far as our website. Literally, put together all of this
Yeah.
research this year, and we're gonna go right into it once our brother just
Yeah,
finish
I'm back.
sharing information.
Yeah. And so my point I'm trying to make is this. So I've done my research on Liberia. I've been studying Liberia for almost 30 years. Okay. And when I first started studying Liberia, right, and I said to myself, right, and this is gonna be a game changer. Brother Bomani got a picture of Joseph Jenkins Roberts, right, at Monument, right? And I said this on many occasions. We have black people know all about Frederick Douglass, but they don't know who Joseph Jenkins Roberts was. They don't know who E.J. Roy was. The E.J. Roy building was the most beautiful building in West Africa. Idiots and Liberian rebels destroyed it. E.J. Roy, he came from Newark, Ohio, right? He immigrated to Liberia. He was the first black graduate of Ohio State University in the 1840s. While people in chains, he graduated from college. He immigrated to Liberia, right, and bought a whole bunch of land and became bought ships and became a trader. He was trading cotton and coffee back to the United. He became one of the wealthiest men in the world at the time, in a black country. So this idea that America is milk and honey. Well, these black men went to Liberia and made Liberia their milk and honey. And Edward Wilmot Blyden, he was the father of Pan-Africanism. He's the one who basically inspired Marcus Garvey. He came from the Danish Virgin Islands. And it was him that said the idea that we should return and build a homeland for ourselves in Africa. He was friends with Theodore Herzl, who founded the Jewish Zionist movement. The Jewish Zionist movement was borrowing from what they saw in Freetown in Liberia, that Jews should return to their homeland and build a modern state. So without Liberia and Sierra Leone, there would be no Israel. Now, people of the world see the world, oh, Israel turned to the Palestine and built a state. Israel is now one of the most powerful countries in the world. But the black men in America decided to stay in America and fight it out for civil rights and equality instead of going to these two countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and putting down roots and building. Can you imagine where we'd be right now as a race if the diaspora had a developed region which they could easily go to? We wouldn't be going through the struggles right now. Liberia the coast of Liberia and Sierra Leone should look like Singapore and Hong Kong. You know, but right now we can only say, okay, our ancestors messed up, they didn't do it right, but we're going to be the ancestors for the future generations because we're starting something that's going to be irreversible. And it starts with this tour next year. What this tour next year is going to say is that black people from the West have a thing. And then we're going to talk about something that Bomani and I will talk about this week. We're not saying bum rush the coast. You know, the bum rush the coast mentality is, oh, America is messed up. And look, if you can't make it in America, you can't hold a job, don't come to Africa. You know, we want people that's going to do something. People of means. Don't mean you can't come and visit. You can say we want people to save a trip. We want you to be able to save your money, right? $4,000 is not a lot of money. Save your money and have the experience of a lifetime. You're experiencing your motherland, experiencing the homeland, and you come back to America with a new mind. It's going to help you out in your life in America. And also, when we talk about Africa, we're not talking about you escaping from your responsibilities in America. Yeah, if you got 4 baby mamas and everything, you better take care of them. If you got debt, taxes, you better take care of them. You're not going to flee. A lot of people go to Africa to try to get away and they end up failing. We don't want those type of people. We want those sort of people that, yeah, man, I'm making money. I'm flipping houses. I got a lot of money. But dang, you know, I would love to be able to be in the motherland. The black people who got money, suddenly they lose interest in black stuff. And they spend their time in Mexico, like in my family right now. They're all in freaking Cancun right now, spending tens of thousands of dollars in Cancun. They're on the beach having a good time, you know, Cancun, you know. I'm going to change that. My family in New York, they travel the world. They must drop like $40,000 on a trip, you know.
Okay, quick question. The itinerary we're about to go through, is their itinerary of the places that they're going to better than our itinerary?
Well, they're doing the same thing. They're they're going to hotels. They're playing
beaches and hotels in Liberia.
They're which are they're doing water skiing. I sent you a thing on Marshall. They got water skiing in Marshall, owned by Lebanese though. But they got boat, paddle boats and stuff like that. They got all that in Liberia. Paddle boats, fishing. You can go fishing. It's a lot of stuff like that. There's even people that do sea diving and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff in Liberia you can get involved.
What I'm saying is, what are your family members and these other people doing in these other countries that countries like Liberia and other countries that we have in Africa don't have?
They're the same thing. It's just a status thing. They go to Rome, they go to Spain, they go to Greenland. I said, what the hell? Asked my cousin Deb, what the hell's in Greenland? Greenland's just like all you see is old white folks. They just get on a plane and go. They go to Paris. Now, if you say something like Paris and you go to the Eiffel Tower, it's different. Or if my family go to Rome, they see the Roman Colosseum. That's okay. That's different, But for the most part, besides those things like the Roman Colosseum and stuff like that, with historic sites and everything, the day-to-day stuff that you do, shopping and everything, it's just like going any place else. They go to Amsterdam and stuff like that, And so a lot of people like going on like Europe has a lot of well-developed trains and stuff like that. They like riding on. And in South Africa, that thing that takes you up in the air, those sky things, in the mountains. You've seen those things. Those sky things that lifts and everything that takes you above the mountains and everything. Like you're in a little box, whatever. But Nigeria has one of those in Calabar. They got one of those in Calabar. That one day we could be doing. Take a trip to Calabar. So the whole thing is people just have to get out of this thing where everything that they like is in Europe, and we have those things in Africa. We have all those things in Africa. Hey, you're muted, Bomani. You're muted.
And I've proven that. Literally, when you look at the highlights of all the videos we have done over the last 15 years, there's nothing that we don't show. I mean, from nightlife, networking, business conference, us building our own community, us taking sunset cruise, us out there snorkeling, us from cable cars to climbing the mountain, to going across canopy walks. I mean, and so on, adventures. Eating at fine restaurants. Staying at Black-owned hotels. Just networking together in airports. Just us moving all about. Us doing every single thing that you can think of. The world experience has. It's all there in Africa. And that's what I mean.
It's all there in Africa too. It's
that's
all
what
in
Revolutionary Cam is. It's literally been a highlight to show our people what Africa looked like, from people who actually are going to enjoying from holiday vacation, staying back, doing all kind of things. And that's me, family. I've shown you 18 years from 2004 with our videos in Senegal, and then Egypt with Dr. Ranoka Rashidi, all the way to my last journey in Ghana, right there in January 2022. Non-stop journey, family, 18 years. And we have this incredible itinerary for Liberia, family. And just like all the other great countries that we have done before Liberia, and we find an aspect of this, our people, and it's connected to where when you go to Africa, you're supporting and you're connecting and investing with your own people, and you're enjoying the finer things in the world of roots and culture. Like a lot of times you look up, brother, and you see me at a museum, many museums, and you see us here and doing things. There's a whole lot of things, educational and other things we talk about, family, drumming, dancing, entertainment, this real African culture. All of that is just mixed in, and that's
and you haven't seen nothing yet until you see the Liberian drummers, the mono drummers. I'm telling you right now, and when the Heartmen come out, the drummers in Liberia are the best. The mono drummers, man. When I saw them at the DC embassy, right? Those drums are like 12 feet tall, and the beat is pulsating. You can hear that beat from like blocks away, And they have the Heartmen dancing, the Bush Devil comes out and whatnot, It's a spectacular you don't want to miss, And so, like I said, as far as like the traditional dance and everything you're going to see in Liberia and everything, it's going to be everything you want in an African experience. It's everything you're going to want in an African experience. So it's going to be a Pan-African stuff where, as far as like knowing that this is a place with OE, and it's also going to be a traditional African experience, So you're going to have the best of both worlds in one place. You know, it's going to be the best of both worlds. So it's going to be like, well, geez, you know, you're going to see modern Africa, modern Black culture, and African culture mixed together. And you're going to be like, wow, man, I got everything here. You know, I got, if you're a Christian, you're going to see the churches and everything. If you're Muslim, you're going to see mosque and everything like that. Islam, you're going to see all the stuff like that over there. You're going to see traditional African religion. You're going to see all that all in one Black world, universal world society. You know, and that's what I believe in, you know, Christians, Muslims, atheists, all of us working together, traditionalists, animists, all this working, living in one Black society, you know. So it's not going to be like, okay, I went to this country, you know, and I'm not really thing. I enjoyed it, but I got to go back to New York because, you know, that's what I know. When you go to Liberia and countries like that, you're going to be like, well, geez, I'm in this country, but, you know, hey, I still can know who I am personally, you know. So that's what is going to be different about this tour than any other tour as far as like dealing with Liberia, you know. So I know we're going to go over the itinerary. You know, I'm going to talk about each place, you know. One of the things I emphasize is that journey to San Quelle, you know, where the OAU was formed, and I want to talk about that for a second. Why San Quelle is so important, right? Because there's this myth that Liberia was a colony of Black America and all this kind of. That's not true. As my sister Kyle Afambula was saying on the show the other day, she said, "Look, the Liberians themselves said, look, when they saw the French and the British encroaching on their borders, they fought back. They said they wanted to be part of Liberia. We're Liberians. We're not going to be Frenchmen. We're not going to be Englishmen. And so therefore, when you look at Lofa County, that sticks up, and Nimba looks like a big middle finger. If you see Nimba, where it sticks up, right, it looks like a middle finger's pointing at France, you know, or French Guinea and stuff on the other side of the border. It's like a middle finger. If you look at Nimba County, it's like a middle finger sticking up, you know. And the bottom line, the reason why that is because Nimba is where the Mono tribe said, no, we're going to be Liberia. We're Black. We're going to be part of it. And also, Samori Toure wanted to unite with Liberia and create one big, he wanted to create a Black Muslim empire and drive the French out, but he was defeated. And so what happened was the French began gobbling up territory and stuff like that in the area. And so Guinea used to be part of the Mali and the Songhai Empire, you know, and so therefore the Liberia's territory used to be twice the size it is right now. And so Liberia lost half its territory to the French and the British on all sides of its border. And what the holdup was, the tribes that you see, the border you see right now, is only made possible because the Liberians wanted to be part of this Black republic on the coast of Liberia called Liberia. They saw the horrors of the French. French were had the guillotine there and chopping their leaders' heads off in the guillotine. They didn't want no part of that. The French were brutal, took land from them. Liberia, on the other side of the border, if you become a Liberian citizen, you can own land, you can be free. But on the British side and everything, these British robber barons were coming there, exploiting them for their diamonds, exploiting for everything, brutalizing them, taking advantage of their women and everything like that. So when they look at the Black side of the thing, they said, look, we don't want to be part of this. We want to be part of Liberia. And then after when Liberia, Guinea began getting its independence, right, to spite the new country of Guinea, because France was too weak to hold on to. After World War II, people don't really understand something. World War II, we said independence movement, right? The Europeans weren't even in the person to negotiate. They were destroyed by Germany. We could have took the whole freaking continent over, South Africa included, but we didn't know that. We just said, oh, the British. They didn't have no army. They were too weak. They had to retreat back to their thing. They lost everything. But the only place in the world where they bluffed and was able to maintain power through Africans. And how they do it? They do it through these surrogates on the continent. So operate to this day. These people think the Europeans are all powerful. Why do you think the French control all the gold that should be in Mali are in French banks? Africans making the world's cocoa, right, and chocolate. But do Africans manufacture chocolate? No. And to monetize it, French print their money based on African cocoa. It's like liquid gold. It's like chocolate gold. And so therefore, why is this happening? It's happening because we as black people never really stood and made a stand towards, well, who we are. If you basically become the French succeeded in turning Africans into black Englishmen and black Frenchmen, and so they see themselves loyal to France. You know, people from Gabon, they swear to God they're Frenchmen. You know, the black British and whatnot, they live in British. You know, like a friend of ours. You know, they swear to God that they're black Britishmen. You know, like a certain friend of ours on YouTube, Bomani. You know, they swear to God that they're black Englishmen and stuff like that. You know, and so the whole thing is when you see black African Americans, right? We don't have any allegiance to America or British and everything like that. You know, so when we talk about the Pan-African, or we're Pan-African in this world and everything, we're saying we want that one particular state or several states that don't have any alliance or allegiance to the British or the French or the Portuguese and all these other places like that. We want to deal with these countries as equals, not as subjects. And so it's therefore we need a place in Africa that basically facilitates that. And I do believe Liberia as a starting point will be that place, because it does not have any colonial history. You know, it does not have any colonial history. There's no white man, there's no white monuments and everything like that. So it's all a black people. Now, black people had problems with each other. Yeah, people from the diaspora and people from the indigenous people. We had issues and everything like that. But I'd rather have issues with another black person and see, because we can eventually solve that out. Black people in America and white people in America going through this for 400 years and we haven't resolved anything. So we have a better chance in building something with a fellow black person, because when it really comes down to it, we're the same race. And so say, well, are you a race? I'm not a race. I'm just a realist. You know, race is real. Race is not a figment of somebody's imagination. It's real. You know, and the one race of people on the planet that don't get it is the black man. You know, we're the ones that, oh, I don't see color or the continent. You know, look, I want people to see my color. I want people to say, yeah, it's a black man. The white man goes around the world, he's treated like a king. Why? Because he got that white skin. He could be a bum, but he goes to every country. I'll tell you one country that I've known so far that he's not treated like that is Liberia. They don't treat white people like that. When I see other countries in Africa, they fawn over white people, you know, give top-notch service. White people in Liberia, you don't see that, because they don't have a history of white people ruling over them. You know, so but as black people from America, you're treated like like royalty. You know, you go to Liberia, you're gonna be treated like royalty. They're gonna love you over there. You know, they're gonna love you, and you're coming back to talk and also you have to make friends and connect with the local people. You know, you got to connect with the local people. You got to make friends. You got to build bonds and everything. Problem is, in our community right here, we're so nepotistic with each other. We got a clique and we got a crew. If you didn't know somebody and everything from the time you're in second grade, you don't want to know somebody. People can see that. So if you're going to click up and not, I'm always open. When I went to Liberia, I got so many new people that when I went there that I'm connected with, like my brother Ross, you know, and where, you know, and how that, because I'm always open to meeting new people. And then some of the people I thought that were cool with me, you know, they just fell to the wayside. So I'm not nepotistic. I'm always open to meet people and connect with people and build with people. And if you have that same mentality when you go to Liberia, you're going to know how to meet the right people and connect and build and develop friendship and everything. That's valuable, you know. That's valuable, you know, because it saves a lot of time when you meet with people that is no good and everything. So you have to basically meet with people on the ground and form friendships and bonds like that. That's worth your weight in gold. You can't just come out and know, oh, I want to build this, why not? Well, if you spent a year connecting with people, communicating with them back and forth and everything, and that's why we created the BAO social network. You know, we got people building with each other, connecting with each other, exchanging names and everything like that on our social network and everything, making stuff done. And that's what we are doing here. And so I have every faith that this tour is going to be the grand finale, not finale, but the grand tour of all tours, you know, because this is going to directly celebrate the tour. We're reconnecting a history the history of African Americans actually repatriating and settling on the African continent, which started in Freetown, and it really manifests itself in Liberia to building an actual republic, and stuff like that. So we're celebrating our ancestors. We're continuing what Garvey wanted to do. Garvey wanted to do this, what we're doing right now, but he was sabotaged and everything. But we thank God that we're able in a position to do this. We want to connect Liberia with African American institutions. We want to connect them with Black America. We want to connect our intelligentsia together, our business communities together across the Atlantic and everything. And that's going to spiral to the rest of the continent. But we do need a base in a country that we could operate in, which we can connect with the rest of the continent. We need that. We need that. We need that political base, that geopolitical base. 500 years we've been living in America, and we watch how our tax dollars are going to Ukraine right now. This idiot Joe Biden wants to give $33 billion to Ukraine. That's you and I's tax money, And so therefore I'm saying to myself, well, why can't we get some of that money and help build our own countries up in Africa? We're paying taxes in America because we don't have any political power, no geopolitical power. We have no geopolitical interest behind the borders. You got people that generate $1.7 trillion a year, right? We're taking all this money. Without Black America, this country would collapse. We do most of the essential work. We're the garbage people. We're the fire department. We're all over this country. We're the postal service and everything. Even everything like working in the restaurant industry. Everything you see in Black America, the shipyards, everything is Black labor. The truck drivers. Without us, this country would not function. Without us, the country would not function, and people take us for granted. And so, therefore, when we talk about politics, geopolitics, and everything, you say, so what do we get for our votes for the Democrats, right? And, all these countries, Kamala Harris, right? India is well taken care of because she's part Indian, and the Indians are getting all kinds of visas and stuff like that, because like that, they see other people unapologetically. Let a Mexican become vice president. See how they take care of Mexico, But the bottom line is a Black man in America, right? Since he doesn't want anything to do with his motherland, right? They're like, okay, because it doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? When you basically say, look, something, I want to connect with an African country. The Americans say, first of all, they say, well, Jesus, that could help us with there's some other companies and corporations say, something, let's push this because, hey, we were in competition with Russia for this mineral rights to this country right here. So let's give them what they want. That's how the game is played, but we don't bring anything to the table. We don't say, look, the Congo right now needs $10 billion to do this, and well, what can you do? Well, the American government's like, something? We don't need you to tell us what the Congo needs, right? We're going to go over there and take it anyway. And we're not in any position to negotiate on behalf of any African country. I had a friend of mine, Mr. Vemba, said he went to he got some African American friends, and they went to the Bush administration. They said they wanted $10 billion for Angola to explore oil, and the Bush administration said no. No, whatever it is, they said no. And they went to China, and China said, here's the money you need for the oil to help develop the Angola oil industry, and the rest is history. And I'm saying to myself, now, if we as Black people would have been in the situation we was in, we could have went to the Clinton and the Bush administration and said, look, Angola needs this. If you don't, you're going to lose out to China. So that's the position we got to be in. We have to be more we got to stop being boys and start being men. We got to be, when they go to Africa, Congo, Angola, they should see African Americans sitting down beside Africans with them and say, oh, yeah, you guys, we're connected with America. We're in America. We know what's going on. And the bottom line, you screw us over here and whatnot, you ain't going to get our vote. But you can't get that if you're going to throw your vote away to the Democrats anyway every year. Which, if you look at any other group of people, right, they're half and half. It fluctuates. 1 minute the Jews support the Republicans, next minute they support the Democrats. Nothing's written in stone. It's all about who can give them the most thing. They have something, the state of Israel. the black man in America, since we don't have any geopolitical interest in the world, right? The last time we had a geopolitical interest was the apartheid South Africa. And it was the Democrats who basically helped override President Reagan's veto and brought sanctions on South Africa. We should have basically built on that momentum and said, look, if you want to vote and everything, black people are like this. The Democrats say, look, man, we'll get sanctions on South Africa. Come out and vote. Because at the time, black people didn't know the difference between Democrat and Republican. It was that right there where black people decided they were going to be permanent Democrats with the apartheid South Africa, the sanctions on the divestment of South Africa movement. So therefore, like I said, I think things got to change now. Where we look at these other countries in Africa, and those of us who are Pan-Africanists looking at the situation and saying, look, we have to really start reassessing our thing. And what I believe is, I really believe is this reparations movement is a distraction from the real goal of building nation and building Africa. You know, Negroes never surprised me, man. You know, just when you think, okay, we got an idea, let's build Africa. When Negro, nah, I want to check. You got all these dusty niggas online talking about thinking they're gonna sit back, they're gonna get a check. Nigga, they're not gonna give you no check. You can forget that, you know. And I'll be the first one to be on the table like, no, don't give these niggas nothing, you know. You know, all these niggas need is a job application, you know. Give them a goddamn job application. Come on, you want to get a check, you know, or else what? You know. So Negroes, man, like I said, man, it's the eighth wonder of the world. And they'll say next thing you know, when we've got it all figured out, oh, I ain't African, I'm Native American. You know, these Negroes are crazy. These niggas are crazy. You know, they know we're right. They know we're on to something, right? But my 18 years, you know, dozens of tours, you know, 500 people, you know, investments and everything like that. You think this is stop? No other movement can have this momentum. Show me what these ADOS people do. Oh, we had a conference somewhere. Nobody showed up and whatnot, you know? You know, nobody showed up. We had a conference. Nobody showed up. These goofy people. Now, you're not gonna do this. So, like I said, this movement right here, and then when we do this movement to Liberia, it's gonna be irreversible because not only that, we're connected with the top people in Liberia in the tourism industry. We're connected with the government, and so therefore, as people start coming over, I want to see sister city projects. You know, sister city projects are this. If you have a sister city in your area, your town, right? Sister city projects helps with developing countries, right? With countries in America, right? On a local level. So there's funds. If your city, like a city of Virginia Beach, where I live in Chesapeake, Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach, you know the city budget of Virginia Beach is $3 billion. That's more than most African countries think. $3 billion. And I know the mayor of Virginia Beach. I remember I bumped him into in a parking lot. He's one who did the Pharrell's Something in the Water tour a couple years ago in 2019. He bumped into there. He gave me his car and said, yo, come by my office, man. We got to go to lunch, man. Whatever you need and everything like that, you know. So you got white people out there who want to reach out. And also, my friend of mine, we talked about Sister City. He's Filipino. Let me tell you something, Bomani. The Sister City project of the Philippine community here in Virginia and the Philippines, they're scoring major contracts for their home villages and their hometowns back in the Philippines, doing real work because they secure contracts and everything like that back home. One of our boys, Villanova, right? He fucked up for the Filipino community, right? Because he had something, right, and he walked up for like $8 million, right, and he was a state senator, right, but he was in some project with business deal between Virginia Beach and in the Philippines, right, and somehow $8 million got disappeared. And I said, where'd the money go, man? I said, but also he pleaded guilty. He got 2 years, so he's out right now. He's probably in the Philippines chilling right now, you know. But there's money, like the cities have money because they want to connect with these foreign countries. Now you got all these African Americans on the East Coast, right? On the East Coast. These cities, right, got companies that want to sell products and sell ideas, technology and everything to these African countries. We could be the facilitators of this. You know, what we call Sister City Project. Well, Sister City Project, okay, you got this manufacturer, this got this tech thing, especially in areas like healthcare, sanitation. All these things could be ported over because they always, and there's government funds for that. If you go to a developing country, it used to be called the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, right? Now it's called something else. The Belize they just go to the website. Belize just got approved for like $20 million to do something. Somebody got brokered it and they got it. Like, that's money available. There's plenty of money, federal dollars available. If you got a project that you want to build in Africa or whatever, because why? Because that's what the federal government got this money for. There's also the African Growth and Economics Act, right? Which you can manufacture your stuff in certain African countries, right? Mali just got kicked out of it because, I don't know, France and everything. And so that's why we got to keep Africa, the countries we got to keep their nose clean because we still need this country, right, in America. You could manufacture your product, right? And instead of you paying like a 20% tariff on it, right? You could ship it to the United States duty free. But I digress. But guess who's doing that? China. China is setting up factories in South Africa, Rwanda, and all around Africa, making this stuff and shipping it to America under a AGOA agreement. Now, the black people, we go to Africa, and we're like, how did Lebanese got all this shit? Because they're organized. They're organized. They know how to play the game. The African Development Bank. No, we always say the African Development Bank. You think, oh, yeah, we got our own development bank. But guess what? Who gets the money? The Africa has to pay back or whatever like that. Who gets the money for these contracts to build roads? It's Lebanese, Chinese, and Indians and everybody else. We're not benefiting from our own. Because why? Because it's all about infrastructure. We can basically talk about black love and peace and everything. But if we don't have infrastructure, right? That's all part of infrastructure. We need our own Halliburtons. We need our own Bechtels. We need those sort of things. We need those sort of black men that's going to build banks. We need our own banking system on the African continent. These are the things we're talking about. And also why this is important, because when you have enough black people that are business-minded with MBAs, we want to attract black people with education, money, and stuff like that, right? Because let me tell you something how it works, right? When you get the educated class, every time when you see Indians there, right, there's always Patel. Patel's a famous Indian name, right? The Patels, they'll come in, right, as the anchor. They're the main thing. They're a corporation in the area. But what they'll do is they'll have secondary Indians come in. People own hotels, people own cleanings, but it's all part of a big Indian cabal. What we don't have that major African diaspora, African American corporation that settles in the African continent, right? Which everybody else, and then when they do settle there, their secondary and their horizontal is always foreigners. It's not a Pan-African thing. You see what I mean?
Absolutely, brother. And before we go any further, because we can go on and on into this, let's connect people to the itinerary on the most important part, reconnection. Right. That's what you just talked about. Building a foundation from the reconnection to where we can organize ourselves to take advantage of all these opportunities as an organized people. So, brother, let me know if you can see what.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, sir. How does that look? Does it look nice?
That's
and
perfect. Perfect.
All right, perfect, man. Day 1, Thursday, July 20th. Depart New York to Monrovia via Morocco. Do you love that headlines right there?
Yeah, depart Monrovia, New York to Monrovia via Morocco.
Yeah, so I have it set to where we do a meet and greet 2 hours before the flight, so give everybody time to fly in all together.
Mm-hmm.
And we take that flight right there on Royal Air Morocco, and then we just get there the same day, 11:50, like literally, like the last minute before the changeover to the next day. So that's why all of that say day 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so family, scroll down up down to day 2. Once we get to Casablanca, we're gonna just connect on a flight directly to Monrovia. So all of this is quick flying, and the bit and all of this includes the flight change. So we get to Monrovia at 4:20, because the flight, as soon as you get to Casablanca, is a quick transition over to the next flight.
Do we make a lot for the time thing, because the time goes up? Like,
Oh yes, all of these are in real time based on where you're at. So this is the actual time right there in Casablanca, and then when the time adjusts and you land in Monrovia, it would just be the real time. So right there, family, this is a nice quick flight. The goal is just to keep it nice and simple. You do have other options for those who have other situation going on with flight. The most important thing is once you get to the Monrovia airport, if you don't fly in with us, we'll arrange transportation for you to connect with our group. So we just want to make sure that everything is flexible as possible. But this is our featured flight sequence. That's a nice, smooth flight sequence where you can just move with one airline from New York to Monrovia, same airline connecting you and taking care of your business. And I'm always telling everyone, if you're trying to book reservations, sometimes the best thing to do is just go directly to the source. All right, so brother, I have right there. You're familiar with this resort?
Yeah.
Resort.
Candasia, yeah, I loved it. Loved it. Beautiful.
You came on very strong, man. You must be excited.
Yeah. Candasia Resort, RLJ, founded in 2010 by Robert Johnson. And because of the building of the Candasia Resort, right, and he donated $30 million to Liberian development and stuff like that, over top of that, $30 million. He basically also was able to convince Delta to have flights, normal flights, direct flights to Liberia. The first flights, direct flights to from the United States to Liberia in decades. Okay. Now Delta pulled out because they was having problems with the airport, which they fixed now. So hopefully Delta will be coming back soon. But Delta was flying. What happened was Delta would fly to Ghana, right? Accra, Ghana. And then on the way back, it would fly to Monrovia. That's what the flight was. It was just like a refueling in Accra, and then for 2 hours, and then they fly to Monrovia.
Yeah, so I remember that sequence. Yeah, I remember that.
So it was the best thing. That was a big thing at the time. The former president of Liberia missed the ball with that, missed the ball with that as far as like dealing with Robert Johnson. He's like, hey, I guess they didn't understand what was going on. Now, this new government right here, I wouldn't give President Way a lot of credit, but just the people, he's at least willing to listen. And they were telling him, look, we got to talk about tourism. And let me tell you something. We could thank Brother Bomani, because the success of the Ghana year of return showed a lot of people that there's a lot of money in African Americans and diasporas coming to visit. And so therefore now you got countries like Guinea-Bissau talking about a year of return, and stuff like that, But the thing is, though, because of Omani and taking people to Ghana, and Ghana being so popular among African Americans, that year of return brought in $1 billion into Ghana's coffers. That's why they jealously guarding that. And any sort of criticism of Ghana is really, I think they're taking it a little too far. We're allowed to crit. No one's gonna stop going to Ghana, but geez, we're allowed to say, something, we don't like this, whatever. And then I remember one part where Samuel Jackson was showing traditional stuff, and they're like, man, Samuel, you should have showed the pictures of the hotels on that. He said, man, he said, and then so that Africans are very, very sensitive about their image, particularly African Americans, they're very sensitive about their image. They will tell them about the dynasty. Dynasty, why don't you talk about why you was going to the traditional? Why don't you show the posh hotel dynasty? Like, look, that's Africa I want to see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do both. We're going to show you the nice hotels and everything, and the traditional stuff, so it's balanced a little bit,
So perfect. So that hotel is a perfect image, right? So That's the foundation hotel that we're gonna stay in for most of the time while we're in Liberia. So make sure, family, we're putting you somewhere at an exotic resort, and this is a beachfront resort, right?
And it has a pool. It has a pool. It has volleyball courts, and it has hammock, and you're right there on the beach.
So, family, there you go. All you have to do is click on this link right there, kendejaresort.com.jr. Look at this.
And
yes,
also, that's where also
sorry, that's LR, family.
When you sit at Painesville, it's in Painesville, Liberia. Payne was one of the presidents of Liberia, right? And you're connecting with history. Your ancestors went to like that part of the day and built settlements on that coast. So you're sitting on a coast that was fought for and built by our ancestors from the United States and the Caribbean and stuff like that, you know? And so therefore, let me try to image this, right? The African Americans that were living in the West and everything were going through the brutality and the humiliation of colonialism. They went to Liberia and they built a republic, right? And they was able to enjoy liberty and nothing short of a paradise. And when you sit on Kendeja Beach, right, I would urge you, right, when you sit on Kendeja Beach, right, get yourself a book. You know, it's therapeutic. Sit in one of the hammocks right there on the beach and everything, under the palm trees and everything, and look at the ocean and hear the crashing wind. I don't know. I haven't been to Ghana, right? But the ocean in Liberia is so powerful, you know? And I live in a beach here in Virginia and everything like that. But the ocean current in Africa is something else, you know? When you hear the crashing of the waves and everything like that, you're like, wow, man, you know? And you see that beautiful white sugary sand beach and everything. It's going to be something. And you realize that you're on free soil, you know? You're in the promised land. You're in the land where our ancestors made a stand, where the Europeans never colonized. Europeans never raised their flag. Only the black man in the West built Liberia.
Perfect, brother. Perfect. And I love the energy, family. So that's our brother Kala Genesis, as he like to just live and share a beautiful introduction and just cover all aspects of things. Because what we're doing is not just showing you an itinerary, we're connecting you to how and why we're doing this itinerary and how it just connects all together with from the history to the modern day culture and reconnection as us as a people. So we're going to kick things off once we get you there to Liberia and get you relaxed and everything and kind of just unwind. We're going to start with a nice welcome dinner. This was recommended by my brother Kala Genesis.
Yeah, Fusion Zion thing.
For a nice introduction right there.
Check us
welcome
out.
to Liberia, July 21st.
Check us out. Liberians, they have their rice. They have the special type of spice. Liberian food is so good, you know. They give you several different types of rice, right? But the rice, they always give you the spice. It's like a oiled spice and two different types of hot spice, right, to put on your rice. And then they give you the chicken or the fish, whatever you want. And when they give you something, they give you big portions too. It ain't like America where you go to a place, it's like, damn, am I at a freaking what am I at, a soup kitchen? You give me a little tiny portion just to keep me alive. When they bring you a plate, right, in all the restaurants you go to, they give you fish, right? The fish is this big, right? The rice is right under it. The vegetables, you know, and you can eat the fish. The fish is so tender, right? They give you the spices to put on top of it. You're eating it right off the fork. You eat the fish right off with your fork, right on the plate. I mean, the food is going to be the Fusion Zion African Fusion restaurant is going to blow your mind. The interior is nice. It's like state of the art. It's a fusion by our girl Tule Ure from the Ure family. They're from Carysburg, the Ure family. They're a wealthy family, Liberian historical family, and everything. They're really into Liberian politics and business stuff like that. But Tule or Ure, she did an interview with Dynas a couple of years ago when Dynas was in Liberia. But they own the restaurant and everything like that. And it's like, and also you got young Liberians working there. They got a bar there. And when you talk about bars in Liberia and stuff like that, you know, the drinks are really reasonable. The beers are cheap. The shots, you get shots, mixed drinks, everything like that. You know, it's a really, really good place to break the ice in the first night in Liberia. You know. And
yeah, you look excited, man. You look excited.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man.
Wow.
Yo, it's bringing me back
You just
Remember?
started lighting up, like you
Yeah,
about to go back in time or something.
yeah, man. I said I had a blast, man. When I say I had a blast, I had a blast, man. I had a blast. And also, what gets me is this: nobody ever told me no. I said, man, I can open it. And everybody tell you, yeah, you could do that. No one's telling you guys sit down and talk to no chief, or you got to talk to this government official, or whatever. You got to get partners and everything. You open up a business in Liberia, there you can make it happen. You know. And so, therefore, like I said, when you open your business in Liberia as a headquarters, it's easy to get land, it's easy to get warehouse space and everything. You could branch off to other parts of the continent. You know. You could branch off to the other parts of the continent. So, like I said, getting familiarized with the country, and people tell you about the development challenges. Liberia got a lot of challenges and stuff like that. Wherever there's challenges, opportunity, you know. And so, therefore, like I said, we are it's our duty as African Americans to connect with this, just like the Jews connect with Israel and Liberia and Freetown and places like this where our ancestors settled. We have a responsibility to continue on what they started. It's our duty. It's our responsibility. You know, it's our responsibility. That's why we're doing this. And we're going to have a good time doing it. We're going to have fun doing it. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, the arts and stuff like that, bring some money to buy some arts. This necklace right here, and that I got, Liberia carved. I bought a bunch of these. These are only like $2 a piece. See the beads in the necklace, right? The wood carving, everything, only $2 a piece. You could buy those in Liberia and sell them on eBay for like $15 and make money. There's all kinds of opportunity, wood carvings, art, and stuff like that. When you see the traders on the street, they got all these African prints and stuff like that. That's another opportunity you can get into and stuff like that. There's a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunity in the palm oil industry, fruits, everything, canning. If you got ideas on this thing, construction and home building is the biggest thing. If you want to build homes and stuff like that in Liberia, that's possibility. There's whole lot of opportunity there. And also you got people on the ground, you know, everything you need on the ground. You got logistics people and stuff like that. So, Liberians are holding that little, all the little they have, they're holding that country together. And I'm very proud of them. You know, so
Well, perfect, brother. Appreciate you. And as you're talking about roots and culture, as far as this investment, these are first 2 days. Day 3, Saturday, July 22nd, roots and culture. So I have a few different things on the itinerary that's focused on roots and culture, and also a nice little time out at night, on a Saturday night. And then on day 4, we have Sunday, July 23rd, beaches and tropical paradise. So share with us what you experienced on your journey, and then let us know.
okay. Let me tell you something, right? When you go down to Grand Bassa and Sunset Beach, Paradise, they got these black rocks there, right? You probably seen them if you look at Bassa, and the water is so clear and so beautiful. It's therapeutic, and there's a sense of peace because the people there are just so friendly. You know, it's just so friendly. It's like it's therapeutic. Cooper's Beach. Now I don't even want to friggin' talk because I get depressed because I want to go back there right now tonight. Cooper's Beach is a Cooper family, right? It's a lagoon. It's a lagoon on the ocean, right? It's on one side of the beach, the other side of the lagoon. They have water paddle boards and stuff like that, water games, everything. Then they have a bridge that goes over where the houses are. In the back of Cooper's Beach, where all the mansions are, where the Cooper family live, right? The front side of the beach where they enter their guests, right? They have this big giant stand, right? That's a DJ booth and a club upstairs, right? And it's like the music is like off the chain and everything. People are playing volleyball. People are doing all kinds of stuff like that. It is so much fun. The music, most of the music you'll hear is Afro beats and stuff like that. And I mean, just the vibe in Africa is just unmatched anywhere you're going to see in America.
Yes, and man, I love it, man. You sound very excited, man. Make me want to go.
Yo, I mean, Cooper's Beach, man. Like the Cooper family, Caesar Cooper. I'm friends with Caesar Cooper for years, you know, and the Cooper family and everything, you know. And they were one of the Liberian dynasties. See, all these beaches, right, were dynasties. The Coopers came over and they settled on that land on the beach when they built Homestead, right? They built that area, right? It's like, must be like 15, 20 acres, right? And it's a lagoon. And on the back of the lagoons where the houses are, rows of houses are, mansions are there. And the front side is where the resort is, you know? And so therefore you go there, you have a good time. They got food there. You can bring your own food, but you got to pay extra, you know? You got food there. They got vendors there. They got everything there. You know, you could have a good time, you know? They got the beach canopies and everything like that. We got plenty of shade and everything, up and down and everything. It's just unbelievable. You know, you'll have a good time cruising. They got Caesars Beach. They got everything. They got the bar. And they got Sophia Rock Beach. That's the beach. They have a club right there on the beach and everything. They got the bar right in back and everything. You sit back there. We used to sit that when I was there. We would sit on Sophia Rock Beach till like around 4 o'clock in the morning, right? When the sun come up, we're drinking and partying and shit, you know? And so it's Sophia Rock Beach, Caesar Beach. It's just too much fun to have in one time, man. You know, it's a real good. It's gonna be a really, really good experience. You know.
So you love our itinerary is flowing so far, right? We're kicking off the day with roots and culture and beaches and tropical paradise. You love that start, and then
I love it.
And you know what Monday is gonna be.
And then
you already know what's coming already. You know.
Yeah. J.J. Roberts statue, a must see. To go to the Ducor Hotel that was destroyed during the war. Ducor Hotel opened in 1964, I believe, right? It was a 5-star hotel, international hotel on the African continent. The Ducor Hotel was so famous at one time, or sometimes on black game contestants in the 70s, they would say, you're going to the Ducor Hotel in Monrovia, Liberia, you know? And they would give out game contestant tickets to the Ducor Hotel in Monrovia, Liberia. Now it's a skeleton of his old self. Gaddafi tried to buy it, right? And wanted to renovate it, but you know how that happened, you know? He wanted to buy it and renovate the Ducor, you know, invest the money in rebuilding the Ducor. But in the Ducor Hotel is where the monument is, where J.J. Roberts is. And you have the bust of the African-American settlers and then meeting indigenous people, stuff like that. And on the bottom, it has them kissing the ground, stuff like that. Hey, Bomani, do you have time to play a video? I did a video of that. You want to play that?
We can play that another time. I need to just have that more organized.
Okay.
And let me scroll down a little bit more. So that's the other part of it. And right there, day 5.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing it.
I'm going to click over to it right there.
Yeah, day 5, Joseph Jenkins Robert Monument. It's very important right there. That mosque right there with the statue means and everything like that. It shows the history of the Africans that were returning to Africa and the Africans on the ground, how they met, how sometimes it wasn't perfect. But the bottom line is it was something about building a republic. See, a nation comes later. America was a republic before it was a nation. You know, a nation takes people getting together and becoming one. A republic lays the foundation for a nation to thrive. Once a republic becomes a nation, it's invincible. That means the enemies without can't exploit the enemies within. So that right there is important to talk about the history of Joseph Jenkins Roberts, who he was, the first black president of the world. He gained recognition of Liberia as a republic. You know, the Queen of England gave him a ship to combat the slavery on the coast. You know, and Liberian gunboats were patrolling the coast of West Africa, you know, intercepting and destroying slave ships, capturing slave ships. People, that's black power. People don't realize that history. You know, they basically, because of Liberia's presence, right, the slave business, who was operating illegally at the time, became not profitable. Because if you get your ship thing, you're liable, you get arrested, whatever, and you lose all your money. So Liberians, what they did was these recaptured Africans are called Congos, right? They settled in a place called New Georgia. Now, first, there was a slave ship captured off the coast of Georgia, right? And they were repatriated to Liberia. Liberia got $25 a head just to take them in. And what they did was these people built communities. They were from the Congo, from Nigeria, and places like that. And they built communities alongside the African American and Caribbean settlers and from the diaspora, right beside them. They built the same sort of homes and everything. They went to the same schools, and they became part of the country. So that's a history right there. The Congo recaptures, and people always ask, well, why the Congo recaptures? Why they go with the indigenous people? Why? Because most of the indigenous people wanted to be part of this country called Liberia. They saw the schools, they saw the buildings being erected. They said, this is something, well, we could say what we want, we could do what we want and everything. We walk freely. They wanted to be part of this. Oh, the only place on this earth where the black man had freedom and liberty was Liberia. Every other soil on the earth, the black man was subjected to racism, discrimination, brutality, whatever, exploitation, whatever. But Liberia is like Elijah Johnson said, this is where I stand, And so when you see the Liberian flag, the Lone Star, that flag represents power. It represents the fact that we was able to hold that territory. And the whole idea was the future generations of black people from America can come and build a place where they're not subject to the crown of the crown. They're not subject to the French. They're not subject to the British or the Dutch or whatever like that. That was African free soil, black African free soil. And so therefore, like I said, as we connect with Liberia, that's the missing piece. We're connecting with Africa from a position of strength, not from a position of begging and everything. We're connecting with Africa from a position of strength. So we can engage our Ghanaian brothers and Nigerian brothers from a position of power. So we build a pipeline to Liberia, Legest and everything like that, and start connecting black institutions, black churches, black mosques, and black schools and black businesses and everything with Liberia and everything. That's going to give us a connection to the whole entire African continent. So therefore, that's why we have to rebuild these connections that we had, and don't let the history books. The history books now are starting to recognize. I mean, the last edition of the African American Encyclopedia, they integrated Liberia into the African American history. I give them that credit, right? They gave Liberia like 4 or 5 pages, and connected it with the history of Black America and stuff like that. So that's a win. But that took a lot, because when you use about African American history, it starts and ends at the shores of America. It's like we began in America and we ended in America. No, what about the African Americans who went to Russia? What about the African Americans who settled in Mexico? What about the ones who went to Canada? What about the ones who went to Freetown? What about the ones who settled in Haiti and Dominican Republic and Panama? What about the ones who went to Liberia? What about the African American community that settled in South Africa in the 1890s? All that's written out of history. And so now, as African Americans are becoming more global and realizing this, right, that we're just not bound to America. Now, what we need is the African American infrastructure on the African continent. We need our own banks. We need our own trading companies. We need our own insurance companies. We need our own medical facilities. We got an African American group that built a world-class medical center in Ghana. Hopefully those people that's already in Ghana, we want to attract some of those African Americans in Ghana that might be a little bit frustrated the slow pace of things over there, to come over to Sierra Leone and Liberia, and so, just say, look, I know you're trying to build this over there and everything like that. And, hey, come over here. I will want you to be successful in Ghana. We're not trying to steal anything from Ghana, but hey, look, come over here. This is a country that says, hey, look, you're welcome, you feel right at home. I remember Go Black brought some African Americans to another place is you got to try. We got to try is what's the name of the place? The food is off there. It's on 19th Street. What's the name of the place? 16th Street. This place, the food. This is the place I did the interview at. What's the name of that place? I forgot the name of it. The place, the food is off the chain, Bomani. You go inside, the decoration has African palms and it's like a fusion, And what's the name of the place? God?
What about the location? Remember?
It's right there. It's in Monrovia, right off Tubman Boulevard.
Okay, perfect. I'm sure it's going to come to you. Absolutely.
It's right around the corner from Fusion restaurant.
Okay, perfect. So that'll be enough. Okay, perfect. So family,
Go Black did a interview there. He brought some African Americans that were living in Ghana to there. They had a ball. Let me see. Go Black.
So family, we're definitely gonna make sure we link you with those things. So brother, that's day 5 and 6. I got for everybody, and We did talk about the monument, but that is a part of the city tour. So the few other things that we do have is University of Liberia, Capitol Hill, Liberia National Museum,
Mm-hmm.
and then what we have said for the duration is this dinner around
Right.
7, and the options is flexible. We made us go out and we made us have dinner at the hotel, and we also have this private option, so people just literally just if we're going out, they made us want to eat at the hotel, work those things out. So
The hotel nice too. They got a nice bar, and it's really nice. They have parties there. When you have a party there and whatnot, I suggest having a party at the hotel too.
So yeah, so we're gonna kind of work the different options, especially since we're there at the resort for for several days. We're gonna be able to just use some of their facilities as far as to the end when I'll talk about the investment conference, because people are asking me about what kind of investments. So you and I will be able to just talk more about that once we get to that part of the itinerary. But these 2 days are very important. The city tour, and then also the repatriation settlement. Those are some of the things I want to talk to you about to see. I'm going to create these incredible
Right.
t-shirts, and we're going to wear them on that day. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
talk with you about your experience as far as just the history that and also did you physically go to those 2 locations that I have, and just want to make sure that we have it right.
Okay.
One is Providence Island.
Yes, I went to Providence Island, but I wasn't able to go down there, right? Because when I was there, the guy that was supposed to let me on, I did a video on Providence Island, but I was on top of it, I was on top. I was on the street, I was on the street and I couldn't get down there. Now you can go down there, right? They got it all set up because I think they were just starting to work on renovating the place, And so when I went there, when I was able, I was on the bridge, I did my interview from the bridge. I wasn't able to go down on touch on Providence Island. I was above it, And so, like I said, Providence Island, they have a replica of the ship Elizabeth there. They got vendors there. It's really nice. It's definitely a thing. And then when you go to Providence Island, I would suggest, we could have it so that somebody you have different Liberians who gladly give you a history of the place and thing. That's going to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And there'll be some dancers there, some African dancers there, and stuff like that. It's all about celebrating. It's like reconnecting and Liberians welcoming you home. Welcome you. That's where they welcome us at, the Providence Island. Okay. So all this is basically saying that we're following in the footsteps of our ancestors. We're reconnecting what our ancestors did. And 2020 begins the New Testament. 2022 was 200 years. 2023 begins the New Testament. The New Testament means that it's like in the Bible. You have Old Testament, New Testament. We're going to build this. We're going to build this. I project that Liberia is going to be the main focus of Black America, and we're going to basically connect Black America and the diaspora with Liberia. And like I said, Providence Island is just going to be a symbol of that. And the reconnecting and building, and just getting together with our brothers and sisters on the ground and building, and make it seem like we're one. We're in the same struggle. I mean, like there's a Pan-African history in Liberia, and there's indigenous Liberians. Indigenous people got their things that they're concerned about. The Pan-Africans of Liberia, who are connected with the world and everything, we got our thing, but we're coming together and saying, how can we make this country work for all of us? All of us. Oh, the place was called Evelyn's. I just looked it up. A place called Evelyn's. The food there, I did a eating thing, right? I tested 4 different types of rice and chicken and everything, and they didn't put that on the video that I did, right? I did a video interview for a Liberian television, and the food was delicious. Delicious. The spices. Let me tell you something, folks. I don't know. Can you tell me about the Ghanaian spice? Liberia is famous for its peppers and its spices. It's called the pepper bird. They have the Liberia called the pepper bird. Liberia is famous for its hot spices and stuff like that, and it's really good spicy food. Spices that you put on rice, you put on everything. They put spice on everything. And it's really, really good. And so, like I said, the fish, the chicken, and everything. I never tasted chicken so tender in my life. The way they blacken the chicken and the spices and stuff like that, it's delicious. I'm not trying to get anybody hungry right now, man, but Evelyn's is off the chain. I'm gonna send you the video so you can have his Go Blacks video. But You have to play it right now, Bomani, but I'm gonna send it to you on what you call Evelyn's is a nice place. You know, good. The food there is a thing. Go Black went there with he brought some Ghanaian, some African Americans that were living in Ghana to Evelyn's when they were just blown away.
All right, cool, perfect. So that could be one of the other places that we check out as we look to this, add more places on the.
And also I suggest when we go that we basically have somebody who's going to video. We got to have people that's videos there, not just people with camera. We need a camera. Maybe we can hire a cameraman to video, everything. I think Go Black. I think he hires a cameraman.
Yeah, brother. You see me. I've you notice I've traveled for 18 years, right? You all see videos getting recorded, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that's what we do. I carry all my stuff, and we just record everything. So that's
we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss anything.
Because I mean, even on one of the tours I did, I had 178 videos that was clear. More than that. I'm one of them people that from using a camcorder to using the phone to using every single imaginable things, you just recording it. So to even I'm sure if we just go out there and start swimming in the water and everything, we just have cameras like that. But literally everything will be documented, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Everything.
The last country that I literally built up the tourism energy on was Tanzania. Literally just put that energy up there and just put together organized itinerary. And then now you go back, you see full documentation of all the tourism site and things like that. And I just believe in doing this. What we have this raw, uncut, and organized footage, and literally just giving people the fullness of it. You can put together a documentary and everything, and I will cover some aspect of things. But I'm talking about you get the fullness.
Yeah.
So to a hotel, if we go from a hotel to literally a museum, you literally just recording different aspects of it. And then you're coming back and catching other aspect of it.
Yeah. And also on Camp Johnson Road, the Liberian Museum. The Liberian Museum, National Museum on Camp Johnson Road, and stuff like that. When I was there, it was closed because of COVID. It should be open by next year.
Yeah. So there you go, family. That is a part of City Tour.
Okay.
So as you see that itinerary flow right there, brother, literally. Right.
And you're gonna have a good time at Robertsport, Cape Mount. I just worry that people go there, they don't want to come back.
Yeah, the thing of it is, I don't want to keep people in the city too long.
So when you go to Robertsport, people are gonna love it so much because a lot of people out there surfing. They got good waves out there and stuff like that. There are a lot of people surfing. There's a lot of stuff out there at Nana's Lodge and everything like that. There's gonna be so much fun. So much.
And the goal is, I think what I can do is adjust the itinerary to make put us 3 days out, and then as what you talked about earlier, as far as the birth of the AU,
San Quelle.
So family, this is just a proposed itinerary as I begin to just organize this into the masterpiece. As people have seen, people have seen you and I talk about this for months.
Right.
They saw an overview, and we're working on the itinerary. And this is the itinerary. I mean, all aspect of things within 9 days.
Yeah. So the bottom line, folks, you will have a time of your life. You will have a time of your life. I mean, and also we're the first group that's doing this specifically for Liberia. We're the first group, and also Liberia now is emphasizing tourism as a thing, because when you go to tourism, as more people get into the tourist business in Liberia, you're putting money into the country. When restaurants buy food locally, they buy food from farms and everything like that, so it boosts the economy when you have customers and everything. How do you think the Philippines and all these places get rich? They get rich because people come there and spend money. They order meals, they order drinks, they pay for baggage handlers, you tip the baggage handler, everything flows. And so therefore what we're saying is this: when you come there and you're spending your money and stuff, you're enjoying yourself and everything like that, you're adding to the country. You're helping to develop the country. And so therefore we have to realize that, and you're having a good time. Think about it. Sometimes you ever heard about guilty pleasure? you're in Liberia, right? Like I said, this is gonna be the blackest tour you're ever gonna go in your life. The airline is a Moroccan airline, and then you go into Robert Johnson's resort, and then you're gonna be staying in Nana Beach. You're gonna go to Caesars Beach, and Sunset Beach and places like that, and Gold Forest. This is black.
You can't get no blacker than that. You can't get no more black African than that.
It's the blackest you can ever get, man. You don't get no blacker than this. And the bottom line is, and say, man, it's black dollars flowing through black hands and everything. And
we literally pull it off, brother. Pull it off, and
they let people know that we can do this.
Morocco, I was like, yeah, we're gonna go through Morocco and head down to Liberia.
Yeah, it's like, bro. The bottom line is this: when we put Liberia on the map again, right? Because when this tour is going to put Liberia on the top, the tour is going to put Liberia on top. When people see, well, geez, I went there and I had a good time. I got the African experience. I learned about my ancestors who came here and settled, and also I got a traditional African experience because we're going to pay respect to the 16 tribes of Liberia, and everything like that. As a matter of fact, we get mass of different mass of different African tribes and stuff like that. We're gonna pay tribute to the 16 tribes of Liberia, and we tell them that we're all one people now. Liberia is what brought liberty is what brought us all together. The land love of liberty brought us here. The 16 tribes came from all over Liberia and settled with us and built with us and everything. This is gonna be the most Pan-African experience. This is gonna be the blackest Pan-African experience you're ever gonna have in your life. And so the bottom line is like this: it's gonna get no blacker than this, man. That's why they fear Liberia, because it's such a black republic. You know what I'm saying? It's a black.
It's been we pulled it off, and one of the key things you mentioned that when you go there's no colonial history, brother. I just will add to this, keep myself from laughing, but you're right. There are no colonial history because nothing came up on the research I did unless someone else can show me something.
There's no colonial history
that we have been to, from Brazil all the way to just any country in Africa,
Ghana, South Africa,
that country being just dominated by another race of people.
Liberia is a country. And also, South Africa, Tanzania. This is the one place we could take pride in that we were never dominated.
Yeah, the other country I went to was Ethiopia.
Ethiopia too. Ethiopia and Liberia, the only two countries that were never colonized. Well, Ethiopia was invaded by the Italians, but they fought back. But the Liberia has never been invaded. They never had foreign troops.
So it does put Liberia in this a special situation. But even Ethiopia, as you mentioned, this certain aspect of the colonizers there. So that's what the situation is. So
right.
That's what you don't see in Liberia from any other country. And
you don't see it. And it's black people.
The thing you mentioned about is the land acquisition situation, as far as the difference how it is to just do business and get things set up. Yeah. So when people see that, what kind of investment they're talking about, because as soon as we finish leaving from the national park, that's where we head into. We head into have that day of a business and investment conference that we're gonna put together. And I told people we have a whole year to just organize everything to the highest level.
They're gonna be like it's gonna be. I'm gonna get more people involved, and we're gonna bring so many Liberians and Liberian Americans.
Yeah, look, man. Business conference. I'm telling people that's the kind of thing people like myself do. Like that's a showcase. I organized. I was here in America, and I organized it in Africa, in Ghana, and I haven't even been to Ghana yet. But I organized it as part of my itinerary. Right. Doing this one, with the exception of the fact that I got connections with people like yourself and other people, and we have a whole time frame to work it out. And we already have experience as far as just organizing things. So this is going to be just like right the same time we're just hitting them with everything.
Yeah. And I said also what we want to bring to the table is we need African American. Also, remember back in the 90s, we had these things called investment clubs. Remember those things?
Yes, absolutely.
Whatever happened to that, man?
That's how we build our business.
Yeah, we build investment clubs. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna attract investment clubs to be like, okay, on the ground, what can we do? Okay, we got this this business right here. We could build this marina right here. Liberia's building marinas now, where they're motorizing boats and stuff like that. They're modernizing his fishing industry. It's a whole stuff like that. My brother Armstrong, right? Armstrong Jabba. I'm gonna basically have him there, right? He's doing everything from brick making to growing onions and everything in Liberia. You know, he's doing it all, and so he's going to be the point man as far as like us investing in Liberia. You know, he's doing everything. You know, and the bottom line, it does not take that much to invest. In Liberia, you got $10,000, you can get a business up and running, a good business up and running. You know, it don't take a whole lot of money to get so to make your money thing. Land is cheap, and capital is cheap. You know, and labor is cheap.
There you go, brother, right there, man. A full day right there. Once we get back from our long journey, we have the evening right there to plan a nice repatriation investment conference, and we can.
Is that gonna be in that should be in Candasia, right? We should rent out the banquet, the thing in Candasia.
You're right there. Now we're gonna work it out to this. I mean, we're right there, staying there, so might as well just
have it there. They got a conference room. They got a big conference room.
Just throw nice to the after party and some social gathering. You know how do you know? We just
people give their presentations and stuff like that. You know, you got a whole bunch of people that'll be able to give their presentations and everything like that, and what they want to invest in and stuff like that. You know, so like I said, it's gonna be folks. This is gonna be the thing. You know, the thing. And then once we start this off, we're gonna have a lot of people trying to copy this. You know, I don't mind that neither. You know.
Yeah, you know, that's why I'm one of them people, you know, I have everything on the website, family. That's where it's at, family, africafortheafricans.org. So, you know me, you don't have to copy anything. All you have to do is call me and ask me, and I'll give you the information. Because one thing about what we do, we encourage people to get involved in the Africa tours and investment business, because we need to put more things in place for those who are ready to repatriate, because some people have been working 30 to 40 years on a plantation, and they just need someone to just say, hey, family, I got you, and get everything set up for them to live and do business in Africa. So what you and I are doing is creating an incredible opportunity to where people can move from, or when they're ready to retire, or if they just even don't even want to get into that world and just want to leave from you.
Bro, let me tell you, let me speak on that, right? Right now, Belize is number one. People are looking for ways to retire outside of America because American cost is going up, housing is going up and everything. People who basically, that's another huge opportunity, building retirement communities. You know, the Liberians, I don't even want to tell you, there's land available if you want to connect with a developer and build houses and build gated communities, stuff like that for retirement, stuff like that. If you got a retirement social security check coming in every month or whatnot, and you got your Medicare, I work in the healthcare Medicare field. I want to work it so that my goal is to work in the Liberia's medical system, so we get medical care up to par where American insurance companies will pay out claims in Liberia. Once that happens, right, that's a game changer right there. That's a game changer. See, all these countries, the reason why they attacked America, there's billions of dollars in attracting American expats. You know how many Filipinos go to retire in the Philippines? They go to retire in the Philippines. They got land. They live like kings over there, you know? They go over there because their money stretches. Look, if they're getting like a few $1,000s a month retirement and everything like that, right? If they got a house already built or on the beach or whatever, they can live like a king in Africa, you know? And you can own your own property in Liberia. It's not like you're leasing. With that, you could basically borrow against that. You got collateral, you know, you can take loans out. You can mortgage it, you know, you can mortgage your property and take out more money on it. You know, you could do anything, you know. And so therefore the retirement aspect of it, you know, where people say, you know, something I would like to retire someplace. Once you come there and you say, look, man, I would love to spend my weekends at Robertsport Beach. I would love to spend my weekend. You say, man, I want to retire here. You know, I want to retire. I want to build a house here. I want to build. There's opportunity for that, and I would urge you to get with people on the ground, with Liberian builders and developers and stuff like that, and people who got land for sale, and people like that. You know, you're going to meet people who got land for sale when you go over there. You know, people who got land for sale. Now, what I'm hearing now is that land in Magribi is going fast. You know, by the airport in Magribi. But this whole thing is. There's how many? There's I think that 8 Liberian counties that are completely empty. There's River Cess down the coast. There's Grand Bassa. There's Maryland. There's the whole country's wide open. You know, so like I say, there's plenty of time. I'm not trying to put an urge on nobody, but a lot of people want to live in Montserrat County because it's near the coast. It's where Monrovia is, and then you got to go down the coast. But Grand Bassa is wide open. you know. And I think a lot of black people from the West would like to go to a new place, you know, where they might establish themselves in a town. We want to build, like, we'll be able to build like our own communities, like we're doing in Ghana. You know, build our own community. It'll be easy in Liberia. You know, build our own community and stuff like that. Because once you start building and you're buying from local people, you're employing local people, they're not going to try to stop you. They're going to give you all the assistance you can. So it's like, you know, oh, you were trying to build something here. You know, you're going to be coming here spending money. And not only that, when you build, you're buying from the local people. If you build like in Liberia, we build community. We start building our own stores and shops. Where do you think our fruits and fish are going to come from? The local people. And so they, since they're making money, they don't care. It's a thing. If you're coming in peace and we're coming to build, that's the way you come to Africa, you know. But you don't come there bringing, importing everything, dumping on them, and connecting with Lebanese and white people and everything like that to try to exploit the local people. That's not going to work. But we come there in partnership and brotherhood and friendship, it'll work. That's all. That is all. But yeah.
There you go, brother. Day 9 and day 10. That's how far we have gone through from. And family, this is not an itinerary to just go through. My brother Kala Genesis has been breaking things down. And appreciate you, brother. But here we are to the end on the last few days of this journey. And what do you think about these?
The Calapas, the Calapas. I suggest that we have a cake, because I know there's caterers there that cater that. They have balloons set up on that last night and whatnot in which we call in Calabas. Calabas is the Miami. The Calabas is the Miami in Bar in Monrovia. The guy that owns Calabas, man, lived the years in Miami. He makes the Calabas is right there on the lagoon. So you got the nightlife, the lagoon, and everything like that. The beats, the music is gonna be amped and lit and everything. Bro, I tell you what, man, have a good time. I mean, the beer, the wine, everything. You're gonna have a good time at the Calabas. You know, you're gonna have a blast at the Calabas. You know, you're gonna have a blast at the Calabas. That is the party. You're gonna already be partying every night anyway. But the end it off at the Calabas, right, is gonna be something that you're not gonna. I mean, Calabas is the best club. And to me, I haven't been any place else, but to me, that's one of the best clubs I've been to in my life. You know, it's the ambiance. Go look it up online. The Calabas, right? The brothers on YouTube and that. If you want to see, get firsthand what the Calabas looks like, whatnot, it is nice, man. You could tell Liberia at one time was the friggin' Beverly Hills of Africa. The building is old, but it's renovated, you know. And you could tell it's like watching one of those old movies from James Bond. You ever watch those old movies from James Bond from the 60s and whatnot? And you said places look nice when they're sitting on the beach and they're sitting on the bar and whatnot, you know, in Mexico or Hawaii or something like that. You remember old movies you used to watch? That's what you get the feeling when you go to the Calabas. It has like a 70-ish feel to it, you know, but it's all modernized, you know. But I'm like, so I'm like, Liberia, you can tell Liberia was, and that's on Old Congo Town Road. And Congo Town means Congo means they considered the so-called American Liberians Congos. That's what they called American Liberians Congos. And Congo Town is a suburb, in Monrovia, where all the people, the rich and the affluent in Liberia lived at one time. They had nice restaurants, nice resorts. They had everything. They had everything. It was paradise. Liberia, you could just basically see how black people, while we're suffering in America with racism, these African Americans who went to Liberia and built the country were living in paradise. So what does that tell you? That answers the riddle. There's a riddle. What do you do about Liberia solves a riddle? Well, what do you do about endless racism and everything? The riddle, the answer to the riddle is Liberia. And that's what we're going to prove. Next year is going to be what appears becomes apparent. Liberia is going to solve the riddle that black people have been answering for 400 years about racism, white supremacy, everything. Is right there on, like Edward Wilmot Sidon said, the answer to your riddle is right here on the shores of Africa. You see what I mean, Brother Bomani?
Yes, absolutely, brother.
Answer to the riddle.
Literally appreciate it, and that's where we have come to, like day 10 and day 11. So when I mean 9 full days, this is 9 full days. You have the first day and the last day is travel day. So that's what you have. So I'm hoping that that's enough time, brother, in Liberia
Oh yeah,
for
that's enough time.
journey.
That's why we can't be
Yeah.
sitting back. We got to always be doing something. You know, there's no idle time. We got to be doing something. You know, like there's plenty of time at night to relax, but during the day we got to be seeing stuff, connecting, visiting, and exploring. You know, that's what a tour is. You know, and so like I said, we kick back at night. You know, every night we should. If we don't have that, we don't go to sit on Candasia. We should go to Sophia Rock Beach. You know, get with people up there, go to here, stuff like that. You know. And so like there's always something to do. And let me tell you something about your safety. You can walk around with Liberia with money in your hand and you don't have to worry about anything. It's the safest place I've ever been in my life. Vendors leave their money on the street and they can walk away and nobody will steal it. And if somebody does rob you, don't let the crowd get a hold of them, you know? You'll feel sorry for the guy who tried to rob you. You're like, no, especially, and let me tell you something, especially if you're African American. If somebody does something to you, woe be unto him. You know, they treat you like royalty in this country. And they love the African American brothers and sisters. You're coming there, and they're coming there, and they basically say, you're coming here, and oh, trust me. This is going to be the tour of all tours.
There you go, family. And you got the website right there, family. Africa for the Africans.org.
And I'm and like I said, this is going to launch the BAIO, the Black African Infrastructure Organization, to a thing because I think we help put this together and stuff like that, you know. And so this is going to put us on the map. My job is to keep all our brothers together. My job is to keep Dynas, Bomani, Brandon, everybody else that want to come with us on point, right? And those who don't want to join us, whatnot, hey, you want to go struggle on your own, go right ahead. But I got the top 3 guys with me, you know. I got the top guy, and Bomani is untouchable. He's a top, you know. He's a Don Dada of this, you know. He's a Don of this, you know. And so the bottom line is this: we're doing this thing, and like I said, this is going to build a pipeline and an energy and connection that's not seen in our history. You know, we're doing what our ancestors talked about and wanted to do, but they couldn't do. We have the education, the means, and the technology to do this. You know, we have the technology. You know, it's not enough to sit on YouTube buffooning and clowning all day. Use the technology to do something like Brother Amani does. You know, he uses technology to build something.
Absolutely.
Not sit on YouTube gossiping like little women gossiping back and forth. Build something. Do something. You know, that's why I'm so proud of these brothers, Dynas and Bomani and Brandon and whoever else, even Go Black and even Go Black. Anybody's doing something that's building and stuff like that, and connecting. And all the African Americans who are investing on the continent, I'm proud of you. If I mentioned it, Brother Mark Blanton, you know, and all the people that's trying to make a connection to the motherland, whatever country you decide to do, that's fine. You know, that's fine. You know, we're building something, and the whole thing is the mainstream media is not going to show this. The mainstream, according to the mainstream media, man, we're sitting around waiting on Massa Biden to give us something. You know, they don't understand. We don't take it. Look at this. Look at these tours right here. Look at this. Ghana repatriation, June 5th, May 4th to June 5th, 2022. That's coming up. Tanzania Roots Culture, November 7th, 17th to 28th, 2022. Ghana repatriation rest, another one Ghana, 2 in 1 year. December 24th to January 5th. Senegal and Gambia tours at March 31st to April. Look, the bottom line is this. Liberia Reconnect Tour, July 20th to 29th. When at Tanzania next year. South Africa. Bro, look, bottom line is this. Look, sometimes they say if you can't beat them, join us. It's time to start joining us because you can't beat this. No, you can't beat this. You know, you cannot beat this. We're going to basically, not only that, we're basically going to showcase Black people doing businesses on opening business. All the people that basically started a business as a result of Brother Bomani and all of us that went to the continent, we're going to start showcasing these people that we have a winning strategy. This is the future. What are all the trackers going to do? They're not building nothing in America. I look around, man, and I'm seeing Black communities falling apart left and right. And we're building. Once we start building these communities on the continent, we start opening up our own banks, our industries, and stuff like that. It's a game changer. Once we build retirement communities and everything, and you're gonna tell me, oh, there's nothing in Pan Africanism. Why you sitting in America waiting and holding up on a reparations check? All right, good luck with that. You know, I want something of my own. When I went to Liberia, man, and I saw the vast, when I looked at the ocean, I said, man, there's a whole vast continent that I'm a part of right now. I said like this, man, this is where we need to stand. That's what the African is all about. Stand means stand. Africa means Africa. Stand means stand, where you stand. Right now, you're not standing in America. You're kneeling. You're buckling. You're in a fetal, not even standing, not kneeling. You're in a goddamn fetal position. You know, when you're on Africa and everything like that, and we do these business conferences, and we got government officials coming to us and saying we can make this available and everything, and we got this people, and I can't wait till Angolan people connect with us in Congo people, people from the Congo people connected with us in West Africa. We're going to be the organization that put it all together, because right now Africans really don't connect with each other on this level. But when we have the Pan-Africanists, Brother Bomani, when we start doing things like inviting the Angolans to Sierra Leone and Ghana and stuff like that, that's going to be a game changer. We got the African Americans involved, right? Now we got to bring our African brothers who are interested in building with us involved. Right now, the African brothers, where they going to build with? The people from Singapore, Thailand, and Russia, and all Ukraine and all things. They need to understand that we are the access to the United States. We are the face of the West in Africa. So you want to connect with us and whatnot. We have the ability, because Black people control cities in America. We have plenty of resources that we could apply, and we steer them in the right direction. There's billions of dollars that go to African countries as far as like foreign direct investment and everything. But they're usually done by white people and other stuff like that. And we don't serve the interests of Pan-Africanism. We're going to do that. We're going to have our Pan-Africanists on every pension board in America, every school board, every educational decision. You know, we're going to basically make Africa like we have this in Tennessee State, Monrovia College, Tennessee State, Black HBCU sent the whole trailer load of laptops to Liberia, Monrovia College. That's what the heck I'm talking about. And one of the ladies that was head of Tennessee State, met with Mr. Rosenthal 10 years ago, and she was interested in what we talked about, Pan-Africanism. So we got African Americans in key places that understand what we're trying to do. So when they see us, they see the professionalism of Kala and Bomani and stuff like that. They're like, okay, okay, we got real people. So I tell anybody, if you want to, the people you want to connect with, you let Brother Bomani bring them to you. As far as like on the African continent, let Kala Genesis bring them to you. Because this is what we're talking about. We can't have these fly-by-nights come, oh yeah, this and the other thing. If you're not in the BAIO, you're not connected with us and everything, we don't know you and everything, we can't vouch for you. You might be legit, but we can't really vouch for you. And so that's what I wanted to say.
Absolutely, brother. And as you can see right there, once you click on the Liberia Reconnection and Investment Tour July 2023, you have the full overview, itinerary, general terms, visa process, improving your immune system that we can be healthy and strong, departure and reminder list, basically everything that you need to know as far as just all the need to know, basically a summary of everything. So, brother, what do you think of all of those things as far as this?
Great. I would say right now, get your yellow fever vaccination. This costs a little bit of money, but get that out of the way with. Get that. You should have that. If you plan on going to West Africa, you have to have a yellow fever card. It'll cost you like $500, for the yellow fever vaccine. Only thing of it, you got to take a vaccine, folks. Stop with all that nonsense. Take the vaccine. Take the damn thing. Oh, I ain't taking no vaccine. Just take the goddamn vaccine, Negro. That's a Negro stalling tactic. Well, I ain't taking no vaccine. So you don't want to go to Africa. Oh, I'll go. Look, nigga, if you really want to go, man, roll up your goddamn sleeve and take that damn shot.
Oh man, that is yes.
So get your yellow fever vaccine. Get that out of the way with. Get that out of the way with now.
You have to have a yellow fever vaccination card in order to enter Liberia. That's what people are gonna want to know.
Yes. You have to have.
I saw that on the requirements but I'm still looking over everything.
That's a requirement to enter Liberia. And also, COVID. If you have your shots, I think if you have your shots. But the thing is, though, let me tell you something. How Africa goes, right? Even if you have your COVID vaccine shot, man, they still gonna want that $75. Because it's all about the money. When you get there, just pull the $75 out. That's what 3 meals. Just have the $75 cash waiting for you. And just pay the $75, man. Our people need the money. And they pay the $75 to get it. They're gonna give you a test. They know you don't have it, but it's all about the money. And you're putting Liberians to work.
Appreciate it, Carla, brother. Appreciate you. That was a wealth of information. We have gone over a whole lot.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep on working on this little by little and building energy. I got the different pages up, including the WhatsApp page, and we let's look into add more and more people, to the email list and so on, and keep it going.
Yeah. Like I said, the bottom line, this is historic, folks. This is historic. That's why we're taking our time to plan this thing,
Yes, family. We are working it out and putting the work into it.
Yeah, we're gonna do our answer. And also, what I like to do is publish a brief pamphlet on the history of Liberia for everybody that goes there. The historical sites, the history of the country, and a book. I have a book, Journey to the Promised Land. I might give that away for free to everybody who goes, on a trip. My novel, Journey to the Promised Land. That might be a thing I might do for the people, go. I might just, everybody goes on a tour. You go on a tour. I give them a book, a copy of my novel, Journey to the Promised Land. It's about the exodus of Liberia of 1878. It's a historical fiction of the exodus of 1878 from Charleston, South Carolina to Liberia, and it's a fictionalized true story that I wrote. I wrote that book back in 2014. Very review. People love it. People like that say, "Wow, man, you brought Liberia to life." 19th century Liberia to life. And so a book you'll love, while you're sitting there, you get some downtime, you're sitting there reading the book, and you're in the actual country that the book happened at, Let me see where I see. Here's my book right here, Journey to the Promised Land, Voyage of the Bark Azor, on Amazon. Order it on Amazon. You want to order it on Amazon. It's about the Liberia exodus of 1878 to Charleston, South Carolina. Journey to the Promised Land. I put my heart and soul in this book. This novels. I wanted my people to have it. I didn't write this book for money. I said I have to tell. Nobody wanted to tell this story about Liberia, and I was always fascinated by this country. By our ancestors who went there and built. And I said this country, the fact that it serves no purpose of erasing Liberia from memory. It only helps our enemies.
Yes, brother, and that's what you are, man. A trendsetter. To where we're gonna just bring it back to life and rebuild a world of tourism, because tourism is very important.
Tourism is vital. It's vital.
So appreciate you working with the guys from the Ministry of Tourism.
Yeah, Ministry of Tourism is gonna give us all the support we need on the ground, stuff like that. And like I said, our goal is to have a few thousand people go to Liberia every year. And we do that, man. It's on autopilot, man. People on the ground just doing their thing on that,
Because I think what's going to interest people is the aspect of investment.
You'll be
able to get land because one thing I'm telling people, don't wait till when everything is all developed and built up, then come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Liberia's virgin territory, virgin country. You're getting on the ground floor. You don't wait till the black people like going places that already developed, right? And you got Europeans, everybody else got their hand in it and whatnot. Liberia, Europeans can't own land like that. That's for us, That's for us.
There you go, family. That foundation is there, family. And we have given you the website details. So, brother, you appreciate you influencing all the details. And that's what you got right there, the itinerary and those things. And we're going to make some adjustments and keep on touching it up. But wanted to let people know that we have set dates, because as we have to reserve our time, and we have to let people know that put your money where your mouth is, and let's get you connected and join a journey of a lifetime to Liberia.
Start saving your money. Or do we have a payment plan? Look, the bottom line.
Absolutely. The payment plans, you make a deposit and then you pace yourself.
By the time you get
a detailed payment plan, you go right here to General.
I remember one time,
I'll give you a good idea.
I remember back in 2018, you had that one sister when that she was on one of your conference I listened to. She's like, I just set my last payment and I'm going to God. She was just so excited and whatnot, you know. I said, and then a former friend of ours was saying, this guy's 12 years a tour guide and whatnot, you know. And I was like, man, come on, you know.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
great. I'm always telling people that if you know when you're not doing much of anything, people not gonna bother you. When you're out here, and then it frustrates people. Like, how did this guy do this? I'm like, how about you just practice work ethics, get out there and put your work into it, and things like that. And I know it looked like a fun excitement because people see us on boats, planes, trains, enjoying ourselves doing things. And but they don't see the work behind
they
it.
don't see the work, the behind the scenes
None of
work.
this
They think it
thing,
just automatically pops
there's
up.
no automated machine. There's no ATM. You have to manually put things together. We're talking about a reconnection in Africa. Just like right now, as me and you are speaking right now, I have an office there in Ghana that's dealing with real estate.
Right.
And moving. I have people in Accra that's working on projects.
Well, I can't wait till we like I said, the Liberia, the BAO Corporation and your corporation linked together, and we have an office right there in Monrovia. That's going to be the game changer.
That's another major move right there. And and then
I'm already incorporated. We're already incorporated in Liberia, and we just bring you over as a partner and whatnot on like that. But we could buy land, we could do everything, together, and stuff like that, stuff like that. So we're gonna open an office. We can get an office. I get an office real cheap. We get an office set up. We already got our guys on the ground that could to staff it and everything like that. Man, come on, man. It's like give us a real challenge. It's too easy.
You're perfect, and that's why we got to network together. Because one of the things that made this easy to do, it's never easy putting together schedules and things like that, is the fact that you're down with what's going on, and that's why I was like, let me definitely connect with Kala as we're looking for country number 11 and things like that, and and you're passionate for Liberia, and also that you go in there recently in the last few years, and don't worry, man, I got your back. Though we're gonna get you some video technology training. That way, when you enjoy your holiday,
I know. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna
videos and everything, and and everything. I always got a bunch of people that we're training, but that's fine. Though, I tell people that raw footage and rough stuff is good, and they'll just work to get better and just take their time with the camera.
I'm gonna learn.
Get a nice tripod, and
I'm a fact. I'm gonna get the tripod and have it on the ground. I'm gonna give it to Ross, right? I'm gonna buy it for him and let him start recording stuff and whatnot. I bought him a drone. He has a drone. Matter of fact, you should get with him. I bought him a drone. It costs like $40.
I got one here. That's the most flexible thing that you're gonna always have is your cell phone. And having a tripod and just being able to use that. That's the quickest thing you can pull out.
Right.
And then when you're in a designated location, then you can do drone footage. Absolutely. But most of the time, when you're traveling, you're doing what? Say on the move.
Right.
You're on the move, right? So you're in a bus, you're in an airplane.
You're on a car and whatnot.
That's when the camcorder. But then, most important, the phone become more flexible. Anything else?
Right.
When you talk about nightlife footage, you're not gonna be bringing no camcorder out or no drone. You're gonna be bringing out your cell phone. So I tell people that all of those have, me, I'm one of the people that have everything from webcams to all, because you're shooting different things.
Right.
Here, which you're not.
Well, I'm not a photographer, so I just
like a videographer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people like myself, it's been our world for like the last 18 straight years.
Yeah.
You get up, you travel, you move, you got different equipments, but nevertheless, man, like I tell people who are not, I'm not telling people that they have to be professionals. I tell people just appreciate you just going to Africa and literally just sharing a lot of this different things that they have experienced and just doing their best, even when they're shooting videos and it's upside down.
yeah. That's funny. Or somebody photobombs it,
Well, it's cool though, man. I just appreciate people just showing love and trying the energy. So far, we got we got a few people that's connecting and getting the details. So the good thing is that as of this week, I got all the stuff up and family. What we just went through, even though we just didn't go through a typical review, we went through the entire itinerary in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, beyond just saying this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do, and so on. And then also we just showed you the newsletter, and also the website link and details.
Yeah, and like I said, we're winning. We're winning. The bottom line, we're winning. All this stuff like that. Now it's like what happens like if you're in a fight, and next thing you know, you just knocked out your opponent. You don't stand over him and say, "Yeah, now you lick your wounds, say you won, and now move on." You forget about him. You forget about him. You forget him. You start next thing. Now, okay, we won that battle. You don't sit there and say we got the next battle. We got to do this. And it wasn't never about that one person that we're fighting against or whatever like that, trying to discredit. We won. We made our point. This is real, and this is happening, and it's gonna happen. This is real business. Bomani's a businessman, and this is happening. This Liberia is going to be the crowning achievement of our people, because this is going to basically thing. John Coffey says, "Greetings, thanks family for your leadership. We have a way back home. I'll be part of this great exodus." Yeah, bring it on, brother. We need you. We need you. And also join the download our app at the BAIO. We connect with other Liberians. The BAIO. I'm gonna put a link in the chat room. African Stand 5.ning.com. Join the Liberia chapter.com.
Yes, Carla, appreciate it. Share the details.
And also download our app. You can sign up to our mobile app too. It's the BAO Global Pipeline on your app store, your Play Store. We have an app, so therefore you could be. My goal, my dream, like I told Bomani the other day, is one day our app is the premier app social network where people can go to. That with that app, you can create your own group. You have a group you want to create. You can create your own blogs, upload your own videos, everything. We can have everything. My goal is to have somebody put all our stuff that's connected with us on our social network. So therefore, although we have Facebook and everything, that we have one single place that pulls us all together. One social network that pulls us all together in a vast thing called the Black African infrastructure, because it's all about infrastructure, the network. We need our own cyber infrastructure, our own internet infrastructure, then our soft infrastructure, communication infrastructure, and then we need our own financial infrastructure. All that's going to happen. We need infrastructure, What's infrastructure? Infrastructure is structure. We hold together. Everything holds together, and everything does systematically. We're going to have all that. And then once that happens, everything flows easily. Wait till we have it so that it's on autopilot, that we got so many people going over to the continent, we can't even keep up. That we got people on the ground. We're sitting here in America and people are already taking a flight. They already got the people ready to see them on the ground. It's so professional. We got the technology to do that now with the Zoom and the stuff like that. We could basically be on autopilot around the world, and stuff like that, plugging people around. We got the technology to do it, like I said, but we can't use technology to be fools online, talking a bunch of nonsense. We got the technology. Let's use it for business and connecting, and like I said, I'm always here. The BAO social network is going on 10 years in existence, and it's there. I'm always going to be here. I'm not going any place. Where Brother Bomani's not going no place. We've been in this a long time. So if you want real leadership and real direction, we're the people to hook up with. Brother Dinas, Brother Brandon, Brother Mark Blanton, in South Africa. We got several other people. If I don't mention your name, don't take this personally. Please don't take this personally. There's a lot of people doing a lot of work, but we just have to be all connected. Everybody can't. No man. People always talk unity and stuff like that until it comes time to build. Everybody wants to be on top. Sometimes you got to look at who's on top. Brother Bomani has been doing this longer than all of us, so we got to give him that respect and honor. That's the whole thing. When black men, we don't like doing that. I'm gonna do my own thing, but
yes, we're willing to do the work. They can go do their own thing. But if you're talking about competing on a world scale, you got to consolidate resources. You got to get into corporate economics and organization.
Exactly. We have to work together.
Different strategies and tactics outside of what does not work.
Right. Yeah. So you buy
individual
taking this away from anybody.
Does not work. Everyone else is practicing group economics, so you're not going to be able to compete with them with your individualism. Other people may sell you individualism, but they will never do that because they know that doesn't work. They're practicing group economics.
Yeah, group economics.
When you look at the richest royal families in the world, or
Yeah,
richest,
their bloodline. They marry. They make sure who
it's
they
like
marry.
groups of people. It's like, it's not like, it's like a network. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
family. So it's like you
They
tell
pass
people the
things
same
down.
thing. So your
They pass wealth
individualism
down.
is not gonna, and your dictatorship or whatever you want to do is not gonna work. So you're gonna have to just, if you want to compete, which we have to against the rest of the world, because we can't let the rest of the world just develop Africa and we just become slaves to whatever they develop.
We can't be spectators. We cannot be spectators. You know,
exactly. You got to get into the game to make real changes.
we have to be.
First of all, the first things is literally traveling to different countries, like like getting out there and see what's going on, and then you have different opportunities. So that's what we provide you, family, a full connection to the African continent. And since we're specifically talking about Liberia, we're talking about creating a world to where you can live, do business, and just retire in Liberia. Is that what we're talking about, Kala?
Exactly. You know,
and
this our
ancestors foundation right there, BAIO Global Pipeline, and connecting and everything. So, family, this is our network in 2022, reconnecting you.
Yep. This is what we're doing with our ancestors. We doing what our ancestors wanted us to do a long time ago. And the bottom line is we cannot let other people control the continent of Africa and everything like that while we sit here and do nothing. We have to connect with our brothers on the ground. I'm looking forward to. We have a lot of people. I've heard Togo now is like a live port. Unfortunately, they want to join the Commonwealth. But it's got to be something to that why they want to join the Commonwealth. But they got the best port in West Africa right now, from what I'm hearing. And I got like Nigerians are salty. They said, no, wait till Lekki. I said, y'all been saying Lekki for the last 15 years, and that's still like up and running. Well, it's almost 80. Look, man, Togo right now got the best port in West Africa. I wanted to be able to see Togo connect with Liberia, Sierra Leone, and all these countries and everything. Let's talk to our Togo brothers. We got to put that. We got to make that on our itinerary one day. Togo. I understand there's a language barrier, but we got to do it. We got to do it somehow.
Yeah, I've been to Togo twice, in Benin and other countries, but absolutely, family. Many countries in Africa, and we definitely want people to just get your passport and get your relative visa and take the journey. Brother, we're getting to the point where I have to close. Any last words on the journey? And
I said what I'm saying Liberia. The reason why we say I mentioned Togo and these other countries. These other countries are more of a culture shock, right? They're part of the French world. They're traditional Africa. Liberia is like a soft landing for African Americans. It's a soft landing. English speaking country. The African American culture's there. They're there because you go to Liberia, you're gonna feel like you're in Georgia, and you're gonna feel like you're in Georgia and Tanzania at the same time. It's all spread. You go to Liberia, say, "Oh man, am I in North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina?" And then you see people with stuff on their heads. Oh, I'm in Africa. It's like all African world, and that's an easy place for African Americans to get acclimated to the African continent and stuff like that. And then, like I said, we want to basically make Liberia our transition place to the continent. So therefore, we're building bridges to our goal to BAO is to build networks and with our social network, our people in places like Benin, Togo, Angola, and all these other places, everything. And so therefore, it's like we don't have to go to 20 different countries to connect. We want to build ultimately this BAO grand building and compound and stuff like that where we have administratives, place, everything. That's my dream. To have this one place, a Pan-African base camp, on the continent, where we got liaisons coming from all over the world to talk to us, and Liberia is going to be the safe space for us to do this, We need that one country that's our base in Africa, so we will have something going on. And this is a non-governmental organization, So non-governmental organization functions like a government, but it's not by law or mandate. It just functions, It has certain mandates that it carries out, and we're gonna do that. One day we're gonna have the money and the resources to really build this organization to the point where we're facilitating all the stuff that's in our hearts and dreams. One last thing, the white man saw a desert in Nevada, right? He said this is a place could be considered. People are like, you're crazy. Guess what? Guess what? Because there's somebody listened to them, right? We have Las Vegas. People went to California. Oh man, why are we coming all the way out here and everything? Look at the state of California now. Oh, it's only the black man, right? Where he says, you know something, we could build here and everything like that. Oh, y'all crazy. We ain't going to Africa or whatever like that. You know what? And he sits in America and does nothing. The white man in Dubai said, you know something, we could reclaim Earth and build a new city called Dubai, you know, in the desert, you know, and everything. Look at Dubai. When people, we're giving you a vision of how we could build our motherland and connect with us and build a pipeline and everything. We don't need people telling us what can't be doing. We just need people to come with us and say, you know something, I think I could. This is where I could get in, where I could fit in to help this vision. And so, Brother Bomani has an idea of building, has the vision of building a community in Ghana. You know, it's not up to us to sit here and talk smack and like that. It's like, how can we help Brother Bomani do this vision? Yes, it's going to work and everything. So we have to get out of that mindset that it can't be done, you know, because other races of people, when they have a vision, they have a dream, they carry it out. And they bring people along with them that want to carry it out with them. And that's what we're doing. You know, so that's what we're doing like other. We're no different, no more than any other men.
Absolutely, family. And that's it right there, family. We're getting right to the point, and I appreciate your brother Kala and our family. That's what we've gone through, family. The Liberia Reconnection Investment Tour, and we're just laying the foundation of what our vision is and what we're really trying to do and why we're trying to do it. And you know, so I'm being honest, family. If we don't do this, you know, you're gonna have the Lebanese, the Chinese, the Indians, or other groups do it. You know, so it's up to us to just organize ourselves, and that's why we have these schedules, and that's why we have a connection, a permanent bridge of us connecting our folks on the diaspora to the African continent. But we just need other people to just join the party and, you know, get into the game and just be investors, and that's why we're pushing more investments beyond this now, because you know, one aspect you got to do the roots and culture tour. It's, you know, that's mandatory.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, if we don't show up at the museum, the cultural historical places, it's gonna get shut down.
Right.
Or if everyone else show up and we don't show up, people are not gonna take us serious.
Right.
Show up in Africa in groups of numbers talking serious, the government's not gonna take us serious.
Right.
People, in order for us to have these real changes that they're looking for in Africa, because people are always saying, "Hey, I want to no." Why can't Africa do this? Why can't? No, it's like, okay, well, you have to be that change. It's get into the game, and that's what we've been doing. And we're telling people, you know, our energy has built a foundation, but it's not enough.
Right.
That's
Brother Mike, you there?
all right. Excuse me, that went. I'm not sure what happened a little while ago, but all right. Let me just pick up from there. So, family, we have the website details right there. Liberia Reconnection Investment Tour. Click on the link from the website and just check out the details. Reach out to us directly, and then we can just talk about it and get you ready. And then we're gonna work on more connections like this, and then we're just gonna keep it going and keep sharing details with everyone. And we're gonna keep on working on structuring the connection that we have here and in Liberia, and then we're gonna just work on different things that we're gonna provide. Because the most important thing is that we're gonna build a base of investment, and that's what I want to really connect with our brother Kala in, because he's been a big advocate of investment.
Right.
Saying, are we doing certain things in other places when Liberia is perfect to do certain things? And you know, naturally, many people don't know these things. So that's what he's also here to do, to help us educate ourselves and share with the world that this is one of the best opportunities that's being overlooked.
Yep. Exactly. I can't say it more, and I can't wait till once we are serious and we're in Africa, right? The other Africans, the Nigerians, everybody else want to come to and meet us there, you know?
Right.
And whoever else that want to, once we get established and everything like that, whoever else, who knows, China might come and say, you know something? All right, let me get in on this one now. Let me, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to be there with the as a foundation, the base, you know what I'm saying?
Which is the most important thing.
Yeah, we're going to be there. You know, we got to eat first. We got to come there and establish ourselves.
Because we end up usually showing up at a party late.
Yeah, don't show up at the party late, you know.
When everything is already taken.
And don't, if you say, man, see the Africans bringing all this, the Chinese, Lebanese. Where were you? So this is what we're trying to stop. That Negro stuff. You show up to the party late and wonder why you were excluded. You know. I'm anti-Negro. You know, you show up to, yeah, man, but you had every opportunity to come to Liberia when not, but yet now you complain because the Liberians said, you know something, y'all taking too long. You know, we're gonna mess with the Brazilians, we're gonna mess with the Portuguese, whoever. You know, so we're getting African Americans acclimated to Liberia.
Absolutely, family. So people probably like wonder why they're doing this, because family, we know when you're a trendsetter as far as just the growth of Africa, and you've seen it grow based on you being a student and studying, and in literally a decade and a half.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
You know it's coming, and it's a matter of this fact that are we going to be the people to
benefit from this? You know, to be able to put our foot down.
Do what they've been doing all over the continent. Like we talk about countries like Zambia, we talk about Tanzania, Uganda, we talk about Kenya. You know, we talk about all the Asians, Indians. We talk about different. We talk about the Arabs. Different groups of people, literally just all over the place, taking advantage of opportunities, which you can't stop them from doing, because it's like, if we're not doing it, hey, other people literally, family is gonna do it. It's just one of those real situations, and we literally just
and we cannot let this happen to Liberia, because Liberia is a black republic right now. If Liberia falls, we are finished. You know, I can't stress how important this is, how vital this is. This can't happen to Liberia. You know. The only country that's never been colonized or conquered by anybody. Only country where only black people legally could own land and stuff like that. We cannot let this happen. But the pressure's on. You know, I was there. One last thing, I was there in Congo Town, and there was this white man, like a white American, whatever. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. You know, he was sitting there looking at Sophia Rock Beach, right? He was sitting there like this, looking at the ocean. I don't know what was in this white man's mind. You know, he was sitting there like this, just looking at the beach, thinking, how the hell can I take this shit? You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line, I said to myself, man, if we don't make a move, he's going to be back.
With the rest of his folks.
With his folks and whatnot. Next thing you know, I'm going to go there at Sophia Rock Beach, you know, and you're going to see, I'll be like, what the hell happened, man? Oh, well, just...
Next thing you know, he started my GoFundMe me, and he got him $1 million.
Yeah, he got $1 million. Next thing you know, I was like, what the hell happened? You got whites over there. You know, the bottom line is like this. I said like this. You think white people are going to leave one country? They tried to colonize Liberia for the longest time. White people, the British wanted Liberia so bad, you know, and white people still want Liberia. You say they got the whole world. Well, they want it all.
Yeah.
You know?
They can never get enough, you know. And so
they can never get enough. So we sit here and look back
to conquer and find out what's out there, out of space, all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be up there. Let him he can live on Mars.
The
white man's gonna be on Mars.
Everything over, and nothing is ever enough.
He's gonna be on Mars, man, up there telling the Martians what to do, you know. The bottom line is that's how they are, man. So the bottom line, we have to make sure Liberia, we have a base for the rest of the continent. You know, we have a base to operate out of the rest of the continent. But let me let you go, brother Bomani. I know I've been talking long-winded. We could.
Yes, family. We don't want to make it too long for you, but family, I appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you have any questions, family, about this journey, you can just reply back a message to the video, or just send us a direct message based on the contacts on our website, and we'll connect with you and talk with you, and we'll build a level of connection. And we have 1 full year to get this to be a nice group of people, 20 to 40 people on this incredible journey. And appreciate your brother Kala, and we'll work on another nice Liberia connection.
Let me know. Just let me know. We'll bring some more stuff to talk about.
As a new foundation for investments and business and reconnection completely to Africa. That way,
next show, I want to talk about investments. Right. And I bring some Liberians on.
Okay, God, let's do that. Incredible. Okay. As we begin,
I'm gonna reach out to some Liberians, and I'm gonna try to get them on for the next show. All right.
All right, perfect. And that can coordinate directly with that one day that we have for that business conference. And we can coordinate around that and those dates and things like that. So perfect, brother. You take care, and family, appreciate you tuning in.
Take care, brother.
Continues, and we'll see you in the motherland sooner than later.